Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to answer a viewer's question. Can you use India inks in fountain pens? The answer is no, don't do that, don't ever do that. The reason is because when India ink dries, it's going to dry very hard and it's going to be extremely difficult for you to clean the ink out of the pen. Have you ever opened a bottle of ink before and you see crusty ink particles at the side of the opening? Can you see these particles? Imagine these particles in your pen. How are you going to clean this out? India inks are pigmented, which means there are physical particles. Together with other ingredients that are used to make ink, these pigmented inks, they will be waterproof when dry, and these particles, they are light fast, which means they will not fade when exposed to light. So those are the characteristics of India ink. But when you see solid particles like this, when they clog your pen, well, good luck cleaning out your pen. And India inks can dry quite quickly, so by the time you realize that the ink is no longer flowing in your fountain pen, it's already too late. Let me show you what happens when India ink dries. So this is Bombay Black India ink. I'm going to put a drop onto this porcelain palette. I'm going to have a drop or two on the surface and have this flow down. Just for comparison purposes, I'm going to have another drop of ink here. This is Speedball Super Black. While waiting for the ink to dry, let me talk about how I use India inks. So I only use them with glass dip pens like this, or brushes, or with a dip pen with a metal nib. Each time I use India inks, I will clean the pen as thoroughly as I can. So here you can see even this hole here, it has some ink particles that are blocking. And for brushes, I will dedicate a single brush just for India ink. And sometimes no matter how thorough I clean the brush, the hair will still become quite stiff. Dr. P.H. Martin has dried. Let's add some water onto it and see what happens. So notice how the ink, it doesn't dissolve. I can move away some of the ink because those are physical particles. I can actually push away those physical particles. And this is on porcelain, so it's so much easier for me to just push away the particles. Of course, you won't be able to do this if the ink is inside the pen. So imagine you're washing your fountain pen with water. You're just running the water on your pen nib through the feed. It's not going to move the ink because the ink is waterproof when dry. So if you have inks like this inside your fountain pen, flushing it out with water is not going to be very effective. You would actually have to dismantle your whole fountain pen if it's possible to dismantle your fountain pen completely by removing the nib and the feed. Some fountain pens are not able to be dismantled. After you have dismantled your pen, you have to soak the pen nib and all the parts that have contact with ink with some pen cleaning liquid. So Dr. P.H. Martin, they make this Bombay Pen Cleaner. Rotring, they also have a pen cleaner. So just put some pen cleaner into a small tray and soak your pen nib or feed overnight. The pen cleaning liquid will take some time to work its magic. The pigments will not be dissolved, but they will be dislodged from the surface of the pen nib. That's what we want. So cleaning the fountain pen that you have used with India ink with only water, that's not going to work. It's not going to be very effective. You have to use special cleaning liquid. By the way, I have reviewed the Bombay Pen Cleaner in a separate video. I'll put the video link in the description below. If you just want to use waterproof inks in your fountain pen, there are actually safer options that you can choose. So this is the Sailor Kiwa Guro Black ink made in Japan. This is waterproof and this is supposed to be safe for use in fountain pens. There is the Platinum Carbon ink, but I see some very tiny physical particles around the bottle opening. so this could be a bit risky, but many people have used this without any problems in their fountain pen. But if I were to use this, I would always clean out my pen once in a while. We have the Atramantis archive ink and document ink. Now the Atramantis, they make different colored inks that are waterproof, that are safe for use in fountain pens. Always look out for labels that specifically mention the ink is safe for fountain pen use. This is sketch ink. This is also waterproof when dry, and I've been using this for several months and there are no crusty ink particles around the bottle cap, so this is very safe. And lastly, we have the Noodlers Blueproof black ink. This is supposed to be bulletproof or waterproof when dry, but it will really depend on the paper that you use. So on some paper, it's not totally waterproof, but this takes a much longer time to dry compared to all the other inks that I've showed you earlier. Just to emphasize, do not use India inks in fountain pens, and if you have India inks in your fountain pens, clean them out right now. By cleaning them out, I mean dismantle the pen as much as you can and have running water wash out the ink, and then soak the parts in a cup of water to prevent the ink from further drying while you go find a bottle of pen cleaner. This is not very expensive, so it's really worth the money and it can save your pen. So once you have this pen cleaner, you can then soak the parts in the pen cleaner. So have you used India inks in your fountain pens before, and what happened to your pens? Did you manage to clean your pen? I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, I hope this video is helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!